The leg is longer than we expected. And
the fleet's track was starting to get confusing yesterday, and it seems even more so now. So let's think about it this way. As the fleets circumnavigate the high, they're essentially taking the ring road around rather than driving through the center of town. This makes sense, but it's the positioning on the leaderboard that makes it even more confusing. Since our leaderboard is determined by distance to finish, we are basically taking the measurement to Cape Town all the time. And in the past 24 hours, since Team Vestas Wind and Abu Dhabi have chosen to go west in search of more wind, they've essentially dropped positions, sailing away from Cape Town, while Team Brunel, Alvimedica, and Dongfeng advanced, based on their eastern positions, or closer to Cape Town. So, much like the doldrums, the teams are setting up east to west. The question is, which position will pay off? Has Alvimedica really gone from 6th to 3rd overall? Will the low off of Brazil bring Vestas the most wind first? Or is cutting the corner like Brunel the best option? We've explained this further on our website, so if you want more, there's an article called Behind the Numbers. Another question we get a lot is why can't we just show the boat feeds 24/7? And we would love that too, but the media isn't the only thing drawing power from these boats. Abby Ehler on Team SCA explains it more.
It's similar to your house where you're always trying to save energy and therefore save yourself money. It's a little bit like at sea where we're trying to save on fuel. When we're at sea, we obviously don't have any access to shore power to be able to plug into power and fire up all the systems that we have on board. Our navigation, computers, we've got a lot of communication systems, satellite communication so that we can talk to race control. But as well as that, we've got simple things such as lights, fans, stuff that's going to make life on board a lot nicer.
SCA is taking the cautious approach, whilst the guys on Dongfeng are testing out an alternate method, just in case they run out.
so yesterday we decided to use the spare wind generator that was mandatory by Volvo Ocean Race. So we decided to put it on the boat to check how efficient it was and how much we were able to reduce the time we've got to charge with the engine and to use the gas oil we've got on board.
It's always good to have a backup plan. I've known Charlie Enright since we sailed against each other as 13-year-olds. We then both got our start in offshore sailing in a project called Morning Light, a youth team doing the Transpac race and a basis of a Disney documentary. Since then, I've gone on to Olympic sailing and Charlie to the Volvo ocean race. Since Alvimedica moved up onto the podium last night, we figured it was about time to call my old friend Charlie. Charlie, thanks for joining us. Can I just personally say, so impressed how far you've come. You're skippering a Volvo boat now.
Yeah, that's happening right now. It's pretty nuts, huh?
What is the weight like for you, having essentially the responsibility of the crew and the boat on your shoulders?
It's a lot. It rears its head kind of at different times. Right now we're just kind of plotting along on course and things are going all right. But when things are going bad and it's decision-making time and the weather's rough and there's safety factors, it's definitely a lot. But it's definitely a position that I put my hand up for and what I'm comfortable being in, and it's just kind of part of the role. So you have gone from 6th, I think, overnight to 3rd. Are you feeling that positioning-wise that you're actually in the podium, or is it just sort of a race to figure out where you want to go from here? Yeah. When we get to skids, we kind of talk about what we really think versus what people in their living rooms think. And the important thing for us is that we're moving through the water well. It's taken us a while to get going. And the last couple skids, I think, partially as a product of the weather that we have, but also as a product of us sailing the boat better, have been really good, and that's what we're kind of most excited about. Positioning wise, I think as you can see, everybody's pretty scattered out, and not everyone can be right, so a bunch of stuff's probably about to change. But we definitely get the feeling on board that we're a little bit more in the pack than we were a couple days ago, by virtue of some good decisions and having the boat going through the water a little better.
and that pack's still headed south. Right now they look comfortable, but the Southern Ocean looms. This morning, Race Control instituted an ice gate at 42 degrees south, something the sailors will have to navigate around on Thursday. So we'll let you know more then.